All right, we're going into part 2 of the Food Lab Guidelines PowerPoint. And again, reminder that this PowerPoint will have a follow-up quiz to which you must pass to be able to cook in the Foods Lab. So the next slide is about preventing burns. So some of the guidelines for that is when uncovering pans. Obviously, these are hot pans, usually with boiling water. Lift lids away from you, not towards your face. Control the heat. Ladies and gentlemen, not everything needs to be cooked on high heat. In fact, that is the reason why we have a range on a dial of from very, very low to very, very high. Many times we just cook in a nice medium or medium high. Match the pan to the size of the burner. It is foolish to put a giant stock pot on the smallest saucepan burner in the back, and vice versa, putting the smallest saucepan on the large ring up front. When your arm reaches over, you're exposing yourself to the heating element. Watch out for steam. This goes for, again, your boiling waters to even sometimes grease can start to put off a bit of steam when you're frying. And of course, you learn as children, turn handles in so that you do not catch on them. Next one, preventing chemical injuries. Read the labels, know what you're working with, use the right product for the job. Never mix chemicals, i.e. ammonia and bleach. And for strong chemicals, use gloves and a mask. But I will tell you this, when it comes to that level, you will not be working with them, so not to worry here. Preventing falls. Clean up spills immediately. Remove hazards from the walkway, hence why we do not permit backpacks. Always walk, no rough housing, no horseplay. Again, that is a one and done. Use a step stool instead of a chair to reach equipment stored above reach, or ask a very tall person. And tie shoelaces and avoid long clothes so that you do not accidentally trip. And again, back to ladies in high heels. They do not belong in the kitchen. Preventing fires. Control your heat. Do not control the amount of liquid fat. And with that, in the combination, once you add your oil to the pan, yes, we want it to get nice and warm, but there's also an ignition, a smoking and ignition point, so you have to be cautious. Always be aware. Match the size of the pan to the burner again, and keep the stove top clear of flammable items, such as towels, dish rags. Equipment safety. Pull gently at the base when unplugging small appliances. Don't just yank the cord, kind of let it fly. It's wear and tear on the cord and the equipment, in addition to you can possibly injure yourself. Use the correct bowl for the stand mixer. If it's not the bowl that comes with it, don't use it. Those bowls are made to lock into place. Turn off the equipment to scrape the sides of the bowls. Take your KitchenAid mixers. Do not just, even if it's on low speed, try to scrape the sides of the bowls. You're going to get broken knuckles that way. Start blenders, food processors at low speed and move up to higher. I also suggest, especially when dealing with hot liquids, for blenders, put a cloth towel over the top and hold that way, because sometimes the steam expands the cavity of the vessel and it can come shooting up into your face. Mise en place. As I told you, this would be a term that we would use frequently. Mise en place means everything's in its place. It is a state of readiness that all chefs maintain at all times. It's having all your equipment, knowing your recipe, knowing your food, having all the ingredients, having them in the same location at all times, so to minimize your steps and work efficiently. So some of the keys to good mise en place is read the recipe all the way through. Yes, it's good to know your ingredients list, but you also need to know your procedures, because sometimes things don't quite add up. You may need to use an ingredient more than once, so you got to reserve part of it. such as that. Get all the ingredients and all the equipment before beginning. Pair all the fruits and vegetables over paper towel that can be thrown away. And remember, the reason why is this, because nothing goes down to my disposals. They're not known to work all the time. Use as few utensils and appliances as possible. Mostly that is just helps you clean up, stay efficient, stay organized, and stay clean. Clean as you go. And lastly, assume responsibility. Yes, we all screw up. We all make mistakes. But you need to let me know, because sometimes some mistakes may turn out to be better than the product originally was. And so I'm going to want to know about it. I'm going to want to share that. I want to give you the praise for that. And if it doesn't turn out well, then I need to know. Don't lie to me, because most of the time I can already tell. But if you just say, hey, I made the mistake, I can then help you correct it or move on in a much easier fashion. All right, and that concludes it. Thank you.